We have got a thick keratin.
Not an easy plug. That went very deep as well, which is kind of causing problems. Standard size ulnar tube. This is actually Katie's patient, so she's got a work cut out ahead of her here, but she's doing all the right things at the minute. She's just trying to peel some of this keratin plug, looking for an edge, an opening, because you've got to detach this thicker underside of a very soft. It's not sticky, but it's really firmly attached to the fresh skin underneath this thick skin.
It can be stretchy as well, can't it, in some cases? I mean, the edges here are quite like crispy, quite hard, which is very typical of keratin. But the patient, looks like the patient has been using some oil, because there was a little bit of like misting to the camera, a bit of, what's the word?
Humidity.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh gosh, I might have gone blank today. I already kind of know what's coming up now, because we've...
Yeah, we did start to record this video earlier, but the SD card on the camera decided it was going to have a funny 5 minutes and lost everything we'd just done, so we're going back over it again. But with this one, you've got this thick underbelly of this really tough keratin, sort of floppy keratin skin that's firmly attached to the canal wall. On top of that, then you've got this mixture of sort of wax and keratin debris. So imagine tiny little skin flakes all collected and clustered together and sort of bound then with a bit of wax. So you get this almost crumbly but granulated sort of sensation to it, which makes these ones really difficult to do, because that soft granulated keratin on the top there that you're going to really struggle to get a good grip with. It's just so pliable that you just can't peel very well, so you've got to work that underlayer.
Yeah, I think a lot of well, they might not, but a lot of other clinicians who don't use like endoscopes may try and get this from the center and really struggle to get this out, because you, like Rhys just said, you need to detach these outer layers. Even though it's only a thin bit, it's really going to hold everything in position and in place. And it's it's a really difficult one. So she's got her work cut out for her in this one, to be fair.
Now this is the standard size ulnar tube. Now the reason that Katie's using this one, you get a bit more suction power with a standard size ulnar tube than you do with a fine end. There is drawbacks to it though, especially with skin. I know you mentioned this the first time we voiced this one over, with a bit of clarineting. And
can be a bit noisy. Yeah, so those little tiny bits that are like holding on, but long enough to kind of get in the tube and flap around. Yeah. It's like if it's your first time watching the video, when we mention clarineting, that's essentially a term we use for whistling inside the ear. And it is loud, isn't it? It's loud for us, let alone being inside the patient's ear. So they're not easy, these ones.
You can start to see a little bit of detachment. Just on the right hand side, you'll see a sort of white patch that looks like there's a hole in the middle of it, just to the right hand side of the main plug there. So it means that she's starting to get this kind of adhesion that you've had with all this sort of floppier keratin here is starting to break. So if you can...
Here it comes.
Yeah, a little bit of a wiggle, just detaching all those edges, and look how that's come away. But that would have been causing no end of hearing difficulties, wouldn't it? Because you've just got this really good seal of skin basically inside the ear canal.
That's instant relief then, as soon as that comes well. I'd say instant relief, mostly, because it's still a bit stuck to the eardrum here.
Look how far that was going into the recess then, and you've got that, like you said, you can see that section on the eardrum. That's going to be a very... You have to be very precise there, aren't you? I know you were saying you literally got the tip of the malleus behind that, but it's the angles that the skin is at the moment. It's a difficult peel because you haven't got the room to peel it all the way across.
And with it being a bit harder as well, you can't really bunch it into the suction tube, and you might be lucky and you might get like a flat surface where it'll peel it away, but these little bits on the corners, there's a bit of a nightmare.
I think this is only the second eardrum peel that Katie's actually done, so she's doing really, really well here.
Oh, definitely.
But ideally what you'd want is the angle to be perfect to drop that suction tube centrally and squarely onto that skin. And what Katie's finding here is she's getting close to it, and that leading edge of skin is constantly flicking up to meet the suction, which in some cases would be ideal, but just because the angle is all off on this one, it's going to cause more of a complication. And you can see she's really kind of looking at it here, weighing up, well, where do I go next? And she can see she's trying to get that flat angle. If you notice, she's coming from the right-hand side there, just trying to get that flat angle onto the skin. And it's just peeling. If you look just below the central portion of the eardrum there, that central dot, the red little dot in the middle, when she pulls the top, you'll see there's a layer that comes down just below that. So this is actually quite a thick, well, not quite a thick, sorry, quite a wide piece of skin here.
Oh, yeah.
See it just flicking back on? You can see where the oil's got into it. She's just desperately trying to find that angle because she can't peel to the right. She doesn't have enough room to peel to the right. She can't peel down because she can't get a grip on the top of the minute.
And you can't really use the standard size tube in this because it's now too strong for this area.
Yes. Yeah, so you wouldn't want to drop the standard size on the tube straight onto the eardrum like this.
That's going to cause all sorts of problems.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, that's so frustrating when it does that. When it goes back to its original position, it gets really frustrating.
Or you manage to move it a little bit and it stays there for a second and then you turn away to grab a pair of forceps, you look back in and it's gone flat again. You're like,
you got it. You got it. But you know, considering she hasn't done many of these, she's approaching it. Now she got a little bit more of a peel then to that right hand side just by drawing it. So what she's doing quite cleverly now is drawing it straight back. Normally we'd peel across the eardrum this way. But she can't do that. She doesn't have a tremendous amount of room. So she started to peel straight back there. That's what you want to see.
That's it. Hold that.
Yeah, just that second. Perfect. Look at that. Oof. That is a brilliant peel. A brilliant eardrum peel.
She's done well there because it's quite easy to just pop in and then try and pull straight back out.
Yeah.
But the kind of knack to it, I think, in some cases, is you need to try and stay where you are rather than move, just to build up that little bit of pressure with the suction, and that's going to really help to to get that better pull then as you start to pull it away. But it's exactly the same on the other side.
It's not good to say. I think there's a lot of that with certainly when you first learn, you kind of forget these things that you do hold. If you hold the suction, you get the suction to work for you. You know, it does a lot of the pulling for you. But sometimes if you're holding it squarely, you try to pull this across, it doesn't always kind of work so well. Now this one looks a bit more attached to me.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more dry as well.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing looks harder.
You can see she's lifting from the base here, just trying to pull up this piece of skin. Really, and that is tough. Whereas you saw the other side was that kind of more floppy, but it's still quite tough keratin, but quite floppy keratin. This is almost dried. It's dehydrated a little bit more because that's what happens with the skin cells. Is as they start to lose water from the skin cell, basically they start to harden because effectively the concentration of keratin to water then becomes much higher because you've lost some of the water. So it dries this layer out, and that's where you end up with these really hard plugs like this. Oh, that is tough. She's really trying to work the edges. This is not trying to wiggle the plug down. This is more detachment of the surrounding keratin from the canal wall here.
I know there's probably a lot of you saying, "Oh, just use the forceps, just get in there with it." I mean, yeah, you could, but going from a load that we've done in the past, you do get a little grip, but if it's still holding on, you tend to just shear through it and it just kind of breaks through the center, and it's going to make it a lot more difficult to remove then. So we're always kind of judging what sort of tool we're going to be using as we're going.
Yeah, and you can see a very different ear canal. Look how mottled the colour of that ear canal is there. You've got this kind of white layers. Now those white layers you're seeing on the canal wall there, remember for the first ear canal, that thick keratin underlay, you can see it here as well. That's what forms that thick keratin underlayer. So that is that sort of keratin material here, and you can see how it would anchor on now to the canal wall, but really starting to peel some of these pieces off.
Oh, it's holding on, isn't it?
It's really holding on.
Stubborn.
She's done a good job. She's bunched everything in together now, which just gives you that little bit more kind of power sometimes on the suction tube. But she's had to switch down. I would imagine there was probably a little bit of clarinetting there.
Yeah.
But look at this. This kind of, it becomes almost fibrous, doesn't it? Look at that coming away. But she's doing a good job. She's lifting. trying to pull these sort of looser sections away, looking for any angles you can use to peel some of this dead skin away.
Cool. Start to get a little bit tired as well after a little while when you're sort of holding your arm in the air for a little while. So that's why you start to see these little jitters.
Yeah. Now that's quite a nice peel. If you can get that peel going on the right hand side there.
Oh, a bit of oil in there, that'll be perfect.
Yeah. Oh, you can see there you are. The peel is just starting, but look how. Look, I'm just doing it again. Look how much this is just attached to that canal wall, and that's the eardrum you can see beyond there. So that last piece there is actually attached to the eardrum as well. Gosh, that is a thick old piece there. So just block the fine end there. You can see she's had to pull that back out. It happens quite a lot with skin. It just blocks the aperture on the end of the fine end. So a nice area to get into. There we go. You can just see a little bit of a. Oh, it's just a little bit of just as you go into the bottom corner, you can see the oil just coming up and just covering the end of the lens there on the endoscope.
Yeah, it's quite normal to see the ear canal sort of, you know, like pink, maybe a little bit inflamed underneath all this kind of dead skin.
Yeah, it happens a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not a sign of an infection or anything. It just can be where it's, you know, probably been sat there for a little while and, you know, the ear canal needs to breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
And obviously we've been moving it around.
You've been sort of detaching all those pieces as well, but you can see just how mottled that is. There you go. I think she's thinking I can't quite get a little bit, can't get that last bit. She's trying, but it's she's done a little bit of irrigation just to get the last bit out there. That's makes sense because you're right in the corner of the eardrum there. And she's just taking a little bit of this looser skin away. There we go.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it?
Not an easy one. She'll have to go off a couple of goes. It's this humidity now straight away. They go. Suction tube just gone in. Just getting this last couple of pieces. There we are. I think that was a safer option than trying to get right into that anterior recess there. I don't. It's very far away. 2.5 centimeters, an inch. I'm going to go with that one. Just about. Well, guys, thank you for watching our video today. Just to keep you in the loop, there's going to be some changes coming up to the videos from next week onwards. Basically, we're going to switch to some single cases on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday for a couple of weeks. We're trialing something basically just to see what happens on the channel. So bear with us on that one. There is going to be probably going to be a couple of changes over the next month or so, just so we can fine tune some bits and pieces on the channel and see how things land. But thank you very much for watching our video. And if you do enjoy the videos, you can always like, heart, share, follow, and subscribe for us. If you thoroughly enjoy the videos, you can also become members of the channel, and that way then you get to see compilations on a Tuesday and a Thursday. But other than that, as always, guys, take care of yourselves.
Take care of your ears.
And take care of one another, and we'll see you again soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.